and welcome to another Free.volous webisode. Today I have kind of a brand slash product review because H&M recently launched its makeup line and Portugal also got to see the products at the same time as other countries, which is unheard of. Usually we have to wait, especially with Sephora products, we have to wait between 2 to 6 months to get to see the products that most people out there get to know right after they're launched. So it's really nice. Thank you, H&M. I went into a store, they had the makeup, it's huge. They have a huge collection, a huge selection either of products, colors, textures, finishes. Well done. Very well done. They're very affordable. I think the most expensive items they had were about 12 to 13 euros, something like that. They don't have very expensive products, but the quality overall of everything I've tried and tested while I was at the store and with the products I purchased is really good. And it's great to see lower end makeup being made so well. This makeup line is made in Italy, so breathe deeply. It's not made in China. It can't have been tested on animals, for those of you who are concerned about it. Of course, I don't know if H&M sells in China, if they are selling the makeup in China. If they do, they may have to be subjected to animal testing, but as far as I know, we're all good. So the first thing I'm going to review is the concealer. I bought a concealer trio. These are called the Custom Concealer Trio, and this is the medium to dark version. They don't have a darker one than this one, so it's not that dark. They are creamy concealers. Quite pigmented. I'm going to swatch them for you. Very creamy, so don't expect that waxy texture that usually comes with a more long-wearing concealer. For those of you who are concerned with blemish concealing, this isn't that waxy, which means it feels better because it's creamy, but it doesn't stay that long on your skin. So here's a lighter, the medium, which is a little bit more pinky, and this is the darker one. You can custom blend the colors to create your own, which is really cool. But when it comes to concealing, when you want to conceal a blemish, if you have a raised bump with no texture, okay, because it's creamy, but it won't last long. If you have dry patches, this may adhere to those dry patches and make them more visible. As for the skin concealing part, as for the under eye concealing, I think this is too thick to use underneath your eyes unless you're really young and you don't have fine lines or other kind of problems around your eyes. What I bought this product for was for contouring, to see if this could compete with those high-end contour sticks and creams that are flying around, and it did quite a nice job. I mean, I have all the products I've bought on my face and hands because you can't apply nail varnish on your face, but I have applied a little bit of contour, the darker shade right here and a little bit here, and I applied a little bit of the lightest shade on this area here to make it pop and make my cheekbones look bigger. I think this blends really well, but if you have any kind of problem skin, this will end up grabbing onto those areas. That's my thoughts on the concealer. It may be great for people with great skin. If they need a little bit of contouring, that's that. It's a great budget contour, but for me, it didn't work. Next is the blusher. The blusher comes in those H&M cute boxes and packaging that is really famous by now. And it's famous for two reasons. It looks good. It looks quite almost luxurious and high-end, but It's cheap plastic, and I'm not going to judge this makeup line for its packaging just because it's super cheap. The products are really good, so it works. It doesn't have any of those functional problems that could just be a deal breaker. They're just plasticky. The blusher I bought, I always go for the cool toned pinks because they're the best match for my warmer undertone skin, because also most of the blushes oxidize on my skin and they all end up looking corally, reddish orangey, infected blemishy colored. So I ended up buying cotton candy. Unfortunately, the beauty industry decided that a cool toned pink could only mean fuchsia and Barbie pinks, which is a shame because Throb by Benefit was a great blusher and no longer with us. And I can't seem to find a dupe for it anywhere high-end, low-end, but this is a separate thought. The blusher itself, really great pigmentation. It's matte, but it's not a flat matte, which means it has kind of a satiny kind of feel to it. It's really, really beautiful. I'm wearing it and I've applied it about an hour ago and my face has already eaten almost all of the blusher, which is a problem on my skin. And it has oxidized a bit, but if I apply a second layer a little bit after I applied the blusher for the first time, I notice that the color stays a little bit more true to itself. But if you don't have problems with oxidizing your own blushes, and if you don't have too much of a problem skin that it could cling to or drag any kind of any pieces of foundation, it can happen if you have problem skin and it's quite irregular and the blusher just won't adhere to some parts but will cling on to others. I noticed that on my skin, which is very problematic. But if you have quite smooth skin, again, a bit like the concealer, if you have quite smooth skin and you don't, and blushes don't tend to oxidize on you, then it will be a great purchase. It's really very creamy, soft, well pigmented, really liked it. And the finish is really beautiful. I'm just sad that my skin doesn't agree with it, but my skin doesn't agree with most blushes. Next, eye products. Of course, I had to buy another brown cream eyeshadow. This one is called Sirocco, I think. Yeah, Sirocco. This is the Color Essence Eye Cream. Cute little pots. This is gloss, which is great. And I was drawn to this color because, of course, it's brown and makeup junkies have this problem. I don't have that specific undertone of brown, and I suffer from this problem. This kind of brown, it's not that classic bronze that you see, which is either very dark, very reddish, with lots of gold flecks. I didn't find it to happen here. It's a warm brown with a beautiful finish. It's bronzy, but it's a mixture of cool and warm undertones, which I really, really like. I'm wearing it on my lid today, so it's really, really soft. It looks lighter on the pot than it shows on the skin, but I really, really like this color. And you have enough time to play with it before it sets, but once it sets, it doesn't go anywhere. So, well, my camera decided to die on me, but I'm back. So I was talking about the cream eyeshadow, and I'm going to talk about the powder eyeshadows. I bought two. I bought one which is a matte brown. Yeah, I know. Don't judge. And I bought kind of a steel grey, really beautiful color, but it has some sort of glitter flecks in it. But in my defense, I was hoping that this would be one of those eyeshadows that you would put your brush in, tap off the excess, and the glitter would go away and you would just get the grey eyeshadow. But no, for those of you who like glitters, the glitters on this specific, at least on this specific H&M eyeshadow, stay put, which is a bummer for me. So I've got, this is Gingerbread, which is the matte brown, and this is Lignite, which is the steel grey with kind of, I think these are silver specks, silver glitters. And the swatches on these are just amazing. The quality of these eyeshadows, I mean, this is the Gingerbread color, which is a matte brown, but it has a satiny finish to it. The color is beautiful, and although it's a matte, low-end product, it doesn't go away when you just tap on it. It doesn't disappear on your skin. The same goes for the grey. Although it has the flexive glitter, it has a very beautiful density to the color, and I must say the flexive glitter, they're so small that they don't bother me that much. Just saying, I don't mean that you shouldn't come up with a version of Lignite without the glitter. H&M, please, pretty please, could you please? These are amazing eyeshadows, and they have a huge variety of colors and finishes. I can't wait to go there and dive again on the colors. Next is the H&M lipsticks. These, unlike the others, have a cute packaging, very designery, and they feel a little bit more expensive because they're a little bit more heavy. The bullet side of the lipstick, it's a little bit more heavy. The top part is plain plastic. The color combination really classy. It looks really good. And the lipstick, this one is in Brunette Ambition. It's what I'm wearing right now, and it's just a dark mauvey brown with a lot of cool undertones, a dusty mauve. But you can buy whatever color you want. What matters is the creaminess, the pigmentation, the feel on the lips. It feels really soft and nourishing and hydrating without feeling heavy or sticky. They feel high-end. I'm comparing these directly with my Too Faced lipsticks, and these are really, really basically as good. So, but you have a lot more colors to choose from, at least here in Portugal. So that's my impressions on it. Last but not least, the nail polish. I bought one, which is Bordeaux. The color on the bottle is the color on my nails. So there you go. 2 thin layers, and it dried so quickly. I mean, I have OPI nail polishes that don't dry this quickly. Greatly pigmented. Of course you need two layers, but most 90% of the nail polishes need 2 layers to look this opaque, and they look amazing. They feel very glossy. I've worn this last week, and they chipped because I'm a nail biter and I keep on using my hands against everything, and I'm very, very clumsy like that. They chip, yes they do, but they took a while to chip. Note that I use a base coat and a top coat, so keep that in mind. Again, a huge color selection. I just keep repeating myself, but I really like the nail polish, and it dried really quickly. Cool, really digging it. So I think I will sign off. I think I've talked too much on this one, but I'll see you on the next one. Bye!